So my name's Amanda Lacordae from Organising Students. I work one-on-one with students as well as conduct workshops for students and provide parent support. I started off as a professional organiser about 6 years ago, and about halfway through that journey, so approximately 3 years ago, my son was going through transition to secondary school, and at the time I felt there was a lack of providing these students with skills that they need for secondary school. So I put together a workshop on getting organised for secondary school, which I now run on a regular basis, providing this support to students and preparing them for secondary school. One of my very first students was a student in Year 8 at the time. She was a sports program student at Maribyrnong Secondary College. And not only did she have a lot of commitments with her sport, she was a national level champion in Taekwondo. She was struggling with her homework and fitting all her activities in. So we worked very closely to highlight what time she did have available and get her to use a diary, which she actually wasn't using, and that's something a lot of students aren't doing these days. They have all these electronic systems like Compass and so forth, which tell them what homework they need to do, when it's due and so forth, but it doesn't actually help them manage their time. So we worked together to help her work out when she could get her work done, and it just took away the overwhelm and stress that she was feeling. One of the biggest things I'm finding with students these days is the fact that they can obviously tell the time, but they actually don't know how to manage their time. And that's because of all these digital devices and technology that's out there. And what's happening is they are surrounded by that, so they don't really necessarily understand that time has a beginning, middle and an end. And they don't actually know what 15 minutes is. So, to sit down and say you've got to sit down and do homework for 15 minutes without actually having an analogue clock, they don't actually see that time passing, and that's really, really important. So I really highlight to parents and families that I work with that they have analogue clocks in their homes. Often they've taken those away and it's all digital again. The other challenge that I think students are seeing as well is we as parents often, tell our children very much about what they need to do, where they need to be, what they need to have with them, and we're giving them all these directions all the time. Hence, they're not learning to become responsible and take that responsibility and manage their own time. So that's where we're seeing a lot of problems and so forth fall down as well. So it's just a little subtle thing that parents can be doing. Instead of saying, you've got to be at soccer and you've got to be there at 4 o'clock and you need to have your soccer bag with you, saying to your children, where do we need to be, what do you need to have, and what time do we need to be there? So you're starting to instill real good time management practices in them. This is actually a time timer, and it's something that I really strongly support when I talk about time management. And what it actually does, it shows time passing. So children can actually see the time. So if you set it for 20 minutes, you can see the time working backwards to zero and see how the time passes, and that's what they really struggle with in today's society. So there's different strategies and things that work as well. This certainly changed my life with my own son. I'd allow him to play on the computer for an hour. I'd say to him, you've got an hour. Now, an hour to a 10 or 11-year-old, what is it? They don't really know. So when I got this clock, I'd set it for the hour. He could see that hour disappearing and then know that time is up. And hence, a lot of our challenges, our questioning of him, and he would stop because he could see that his hour was up. Basically, the best way to get in touch with me is either via mobile, which is 0409 967 166, or via my website, which is organisingstudents.com.au. And you can contact me at amanda@organisingstudents.com.au via email.
My name is Brielle and I'm 12 years old, turning 13 in a few months.
I'm Felix. I'm 12 years old, turning 13 in July. I think the main thing we've done together is a math task or something, probably. Yeah, mainly just assignments for school and that stuff. But we're good friends. We knock about well together, and I think we're at the same level of just working together.
How did you meet Amanda?
Well, she is a mother of one of the boys that was in my class, and so I saw her around sometimes, and after she had spoken to the class, I just spoke to her afterwards and I sort of said, yeah, I'm happy to help if you need to take any videos, because she had a video of some year 7s from last year, and just, yeah, I volunteered, so that's how we got in contact, and so, yeah.
Well, we were family friends from cricket, and she started the business, I'm not sure when, but we started to have a look at it, and in grade 6, she did a transition with us for high school. She organises people, not just students, like to keep on top of things, basically, like from homework to financial stresses.
Well, when I was in year 6, I was very nervous going into high school because I was nervous about the homework and making friends and staying organised. But after Amanda had spoken to us, I felt more confident, so I knew all little tips and tricks on what to do to stay organised and stay on top of my homework and things like that. Well, it's helped me to be more confident and speak up in class and sort of give my opinion, and it's helped me find friends. When you're saying in your head you need to do your homework, but then you think, oh, no, I'll hold it and do it another time, that's when you really need to sort of have a second thought and see Amanda, because she'll sort of motivate you to want to do your homework and things like that.
Yeah, I think it's a really important thing that she does, because I think it helps a lot of students with homework and a lot of parents as well and adults with financial stuff. I've become a lot more confident with my homework after seeing a few of her lectures that she does, and I've become a better learner, I think. I've become much more positive with what I do. I used to go to bed at I think the age was 11 o'clock, which was absolutely madness. And then I still had more to do, so I woke up at 6:20. So it was a really bad state for me to be in. So I just do a chart, what I'm going to do, how long I'm going to do it for, and if I've not finished, just see if I have time to do it. It's like the labyrinth almost. You have to start from the start, plan it out, and then get through and finish the homework through the maze. It was, I think, a really good thing that opened my eyes up to see if I can organise myself, then I can definitely become more of a better person, and this might prevent the migraines from earlier bedtimes.
I really enjoy school, so I think the only thing is the homework. Coming from a primary school that didn't give much homework, and to getting homework every single night was definitely a big change. But at the start, when I first started high school, I felt like I could handle it, but they were sort of taking it easy on us, sort of easing us into it, and so now it's quite a lot, but I feel like I can handle it. It's not too much.
I really enjoy high school. It's not as difficult as I imposed it to be.